Hey everybody, welcome to 2ZQ Hot Takes, where we discuss issues both big and small. I am your host, the very handsome Tim Kirk, and this time I'll be talking about Stop the Hate. From the Chelsea Patch, there were more acts of racial discrimination in New York State than almost every other state in the nation in the past year, according to records kept by the Anti-Defamation League's Center for Extremism. The huge majority of cases targeted people of Chinese ethnicity. The ADL received 517 reports from New York between March 2020 and the end of February this year. Only California had more, with 1,691. Nationally, 42.2% of incidents involved people of Chinese ethnicity. Korean, Vietnamese, and Japanese also ranked high. On Wednesday, the NYPD announced an increase in policing in the city's Asian communities, spurred by a shooting in Atlanta Tuesday, which left 8 dead. 6 of the victims were of Asian descent. Community leaders have said the attacks have been fueled by some political leaders using China as a scapegoat for the coronavirus pandemic. The ADL reported that most incidents happened at a place of business, followed by encounters on a public street and then online. Nationally, 68.1% of complaints involved name-calling, with 11.1% resulting in physical attacks. One respondent from Brooklyn said, "A white man catcalled me, then aggressively followed me down the block and got inches from my face and yelled CH''NK after realizing I was Asian. Lots of neighbors were standing outside their homes and no one intervened." The ADL also reported a record number of posters, flyers, and graffiti promoting white supremacist propaganda. Nationwide, propaganda which was anti-Semitic, racist, or anti-LGBTQ+ was recorded 5,125 times in 2020, according to the report, almost twice the number of incidents recorded in 2019. The highest number of incidents were reported in Texas, Washington, California, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Pennsylvania, according to the report. In New York, there were 308 incidents during 2020, including 16 in New York City. 3 groups were responsible for a majority of the propaganda, the report said. In fact, about 92% of items were distributed by Texas-based Patriot Front, the New Jersey European Heritage Association, and the Nationalist Social Club, which was founded in Massachusetts. The remaining propaganda distributions, roughly 7% of the national total, were linked to a range of neo-Nazi groups, including 14 First, Volksfront, National Alliance, and the now-defunct Moonkrieg Division, in addition to white supremacist groups including the 100-Handers and the now-defunct American Identity Movement. Despite a nationwide increase, the number of incidents reported on college campuses decreased, falling from 630 incidents in 2019 to 303 in 2020. This was likely due to coronavirus closures and restrictions, the report said. Now, I am very, very, very sick of this. I can't speak from any perspective but mine, and I have been the victim of 2 gay bashings. One occurred outside the door of a now defunct, legendary gay leather bar. The other took place at what was known as a very prestigious trade school, and it had been brewing for some time because I came out after I started, and my announcement to my classmates was met with shunning, scorn, and derision, except for one classmate who was an out lesbian. They were instigated by one instructor, and there were four of them. One of the perpetrators was a very obvious closet case who was fearful of being outed, and he was the most vociferous and the strongest proponent of bashing me. Now, all I can say is I've been living with excruciating, withering, mind-numbing pain as a result of the injuries I received. And I know that the only way to counter this is by being your stalwart, authentic self and being an ally. You will never, ever win. You will never defeat people who engage in violence by engaging in violence. You cannot argue with them. What you can only do is be an ally. Stand with those who are vulnerable, who need an ally. Be an ally and you'll be surrounded by allies. The only way to counter this is to do so in larger numbers. Make yourself visible, stand up, stand together, be counted, and be there for each other. Thanks for listening. See you next time. And as the kiddies say, peace out.